Hello, I am Bianca Marie, and I'm so excited for you to be here, for you to join me for our discussion on a very important topic of how to easily select the best training program, certification program, curriculum for you as a doula. This is a great discussion for aspiring doulas as well as for new doulas and some seasoned doulas. I have encountered many doulas who've actually gone and done multiple training programs, or at least one or two, to get a mix of experience and to get additional skills. And so this is a great topic to discuss, and I welcome you into my living room to be able to discuss it in 5 steps that you'll be able to implement right away in order to know exactly which is the best program for you. So again, I'm Bianca Marie, and welcome. I want to start off by just telling you a little bit about my background and where I'm coming from. What is my position on training programs? I am a public health professional, been in public health for over 17 plus years, and I've loved every minute of it. My niche, my specific area within public health is women's health. I have 3 degrees, undergraduate in women's studies and public health, a MBA, Healthcare Administration and Management, as well as another degree in urban and regional planning, focusing on community health and wellness. And I'm also working on my doctorate, and also in the area of women's health. So I am speaking to you not only from my area of passion, not only from my area of experience, but also from professional experience as well. And I'm combining the technical knowledge, textbook knowledge, with the practical skills that are needed to be a doula, with the practical understanding of how to apply what you learn in training programs and how to be successful as a doula. I have been a doula for a number of years. Before I knew what a doula actually was, officially, I was a doula because of my background from running health clinics, women's facilities, to managing billion-dollar public health programs within the federal government space, to teaching in higher education. So all of that to say that as I'm having this discussion with you in all of these steps, I am applying my experience across the spectrum in order to support you, to help you make the best decision. I love what I do. I love being able to help mothers and women and support their families along their journey. It's my passion. It's what I do. I've done it, like I said, before I knew officially what a doula was, because my family, my network, my community always knew that I would know what was the latest statistics in certain areas when it comes to women's health. They knew I was familiar with the hospital system. They knew I was familiar with the policies and mandates. They knew I was familiar with a lot of the medical staff in our area, again, from my walk and my journey in my professional career. And I've always supported them, supported my family, my friends, and my community and my network. I've always supported them along their journey, from emotionally and physically, even participating in births. And again, all of this was before I even knew what officially the term doula meant, and the role. And so I am ecstatic and I am honored to be a full spectrum doula. I am also a newborn care specialist. I'm also a lactation support educator. I also teach childbirth classes and a host of other classes as well, in addition to being a mentor for doulas as well as a coach for doulas. And so let's get into the quick and easy 5 steps that I would recommend for you to do in order to find the best training program for you. And so again, this is all with the scope or all with the view of finding the best program for you. There are many, many programs out there, some in person, some online, some of them are hybrid, some of them can be done in a week or two, some of them take months up to years, so it varies. And so when you are thinking about the best training program for yourself, when you are thinking about these 5 steps that I will lay out for you today, I want you to really just relax and take it in and know that whatever decision you ultimately come up with is absolutely fine, because there's so many different programs out there, but the diversity of program is an opportunity for you to find the best one for you. So the program that may work best for Jane may not work the best for Sarah, may not work the best for you. So understand, just as there's many, many colleges and universities out there, different curriculums, different semester timelines, different ways of grading, different activities, requirements, just as the diversity within those training programs, there's similar diversity within doula programs. And so understand that there's diversity out there. When you're doing your research, be open to what works best for you. So getting right into it, the first step out of the 5 steps that I believe you can easily implement in order to know their best training program. So as you're looking it up, the first C, there's 5 C's. The first C is to understand the charge. Now, the charge is another way of saying the mission or the philosophy of that organization. Many organizations are founded on different principles, different values, different purposes. What are they trying to achieve with their training program? Why are they offering such a training program as doula? There are some training programs that are part of hospital systems. There are some training programs that are part of just nonprofits. And there are many, many other training programs across the spectrum. And so understand, what is their charge? What is their purpose? What do they do in the community? What is it that they is their niche or their special area or their reason why they have embarked on offering their training program? It is diverse and it varies. And so find out what that mission is, what their charge is, what is that they are trying to accomplish, and then figure out how does that align with your values, with your goals. Do you have similar interests? Do you have similar impressions as to how you want to impact the community, such as that organization that you are researching? So the first is the charge or the mission. Figure out what is that charge of that organization that you're interested in, and see how does it align to your personal value and your personal mission and your reasoning for wanting to become a doula. If it aligns with you, then that's one that you should keep on the list for further review. The second step is curriculum, and that flows out of understanding the charge and the mission of the organization. Understanding that there's diverse curriculums. Like I said, not only is there diversity in the length of the program or the breadth of the program, but within the curriculum, there's differences when it comes to the textbooks or the books or the literature that is required within the program. There's differences in the curriculum as to the timing when you need to complete the program. There's differences as to the types of modules or what is emphasized within the modules or within the different chapters or sections of the program or the different weeks within the program. It depends on how it is broken up along the duration of the program, but the curriculum is really what is covered. What are the topics that are covered? What are the exercises that are embedded into the curriculum to help you get confident in learning those areas of competencies that the curriculum is trying to express to you? What are the objectives at the end of the curriculum, at the end of each module, at the end of each section, at the end of each week, or whatever the broken up segment is of the curriculum? What is it that you are to have achieved and what have you learned? So understanding what you will actually go through, understand what you actually be taught, understand what you actually be exposed to within the curriculum is important. There's some doulas that are interested in working with low-income communities or socially disadvantaged communities or communities that have been hit the hardest with health disparities, which is part of my background. And so understanding curriculums that emphasize cultural sensitivity, emphasize diversity is one key important piece for me. And so that is one of the things on my checklist. When I looked into curriculums for doula, and when I work with my coaching clients, I understand what it is that drives them, what it is that they would like to ultimately do in the community, who is their ideal client, and make sure that the curriculum that they sign up for to take within that certification or that training course meets those needs. So the first, again, is understanding the charge, the mission of the organization, and then how does that play out into the curriculum? What exactly will you be learning in that curriculum? So those are the first two C's. The third C is cost. This is something that also just runs the gamut, and it certainly is a range. There's some doula certification training programs that are $500, and there's some that are $2,000. There are some that have kind of a boot camp style short programs, and then there's some that are longer duration and have payment plans that go along with that length of the program. And so what is the cost? What is your budget? I would recommend that you understand your budget, because at the end of the day, once you have been trained and once you're certified, really a lot of your additional training comes from hands-on application, comes from just being in the field, comes from working with your clients. So I will say to a degree, training is training, because it gives you a basic platform. And then as you go through your career as a doula, you are constantly adding to your tool belt. You're constantly adding to your arsenal of knowledge. So don't break the bank, is what I'm saying, in order to do the training program. Figure out what's your budget, what are you comfortable with, what are you comfortable with investing in yourself in, because it is an investment. It is an investment that has many, many dividends that pay off, but it is an investment. But find out what is the budget that works for you, that keeps you comfortable. Understand that the most expensive program doesn't necessarily mean it's the best program. And the cheapest program or the most economical program doesn't necessarily mean that's the best program. So know what's your budget and consider that as the third C in your options to figure out what is the best program to select for you. So you have the charge, understanding the mission of the program, understanding the curriculum and how much they're costing, or how much what the price is for you to go through the program. Now, I will also say, along with the cost and the curriculum, understand what type of doula you would like to be. Do you want to be a birth or labor doula? Do you want to be a postpartum doula? Do you want to be an adoption doula? Do you want to be a full spectrum doula where you work with stillbirth, bereavement, and other areas within the maternal world, the birth world? I say that because there are also training programs that have only one focus on one aspect. So if you have a smaller budget and you don't want to be a full spectrum doula, you're not interested in working with those many phases, and you're only interested in, say, postpartum, being a postpartum doula. Then when you are doing your research, you can find curriculums and programs that focus only on postpartum. And those options to segment and only focus on niche areas as a doula usually are more economical or cheaper than if you were doing a full training program that covers all of the areas. And so that may be something to consider as to what exactly is it, what type of doula would you be interested in being, and then going through a training program that focuses solely on that. And there's nothing that will be stopping you if you decide you want to start off as a postpartum doula, per se, as an instance, and then after a year or two you say, okay, I want to add birth, or I want to add another area. There's nothing from stopping you to then later on going further with your education and doing another training program, if that's what you wish. And then the fourth, I would say, the fourth C is convenience. So the charge, the curriculum, the cost, and the fourth is convenience. What is convenient for you? Again, there's many training programs that are in person. There's many training programs that are virtual. And there's training programs that are hybrid. So think about it. What is convenient for you? What is the best way that you learn? Do you learn best in a classroom, or do you learn best in a group setting in person? Or are you one that you learn best, if you want to sign in at 2 o'clock in the morning and watch some modules, some videos, and do some reading and journaling and some exercises on your own time? Is that the best way that you learn? Or do you like a hybrid? Do you want to mix up both? So understanding what is most convenient for you. Some training programs offer, like I said, the boot camp style, where you're in the classroom or you're in a group setting, wherever the sessions are being held, and you're there for many, many hours throughout the day, back to back to back, in order to make it a boot camp, to make it a more condensed option for you. If that is convenient, then that certainly is an option. Or if you like your learning style is more geared toward, or you like more of spread out, or over a longer length of time, so you can go at your own pace more, then that certainly can be an option. So figure out what is convenient for you, and then you can figure out which program has the schedule and the timing and the location that is convenient for you. And the fifth and the final C is coverage. That organization that's offering that training program, how do they cover you? As a new doula or aspiring doula or seasoned doula that's going through additional training, how do they cover you? Meaning, how do they support you? What else do they offer to you? Do they offer only the training program? Example, if you do a training program and it's online, you have access to that training, those training modules, the booklets, the guides, or any additional literature, checklists, or anything that comes with that curriculum. Do you have access to it for just a year, 6 months, 5 years? Do you have access to it forever? Do you get access to the updated versions of that curriculum? Do you get mentorship? Do you have a way to reach out to an instructor to get additional questions that you have answered? Do they have a meetup or a regional network where you can tap into and connect with other doulas? How do they cover you? How do they support you? Do they just offer the curriculum? And if so, that is fine. But if you are looking into different programs, do look into see what else do they offer in addition to the typical program. Do they offer any auxiliary options or activities or resources that could also help you along your journey? How do they cover you? If you really want to make the best decision, you want to take the time to walk through these 5 C's or these 5 steps and answer the questions for you. Again, you're the best person to be able to answer the question. You're the best person to be able to select the training program that works for you. Understanding what the charge is of the organization, understanding the curriculum, and looking under the hood to figure out exactly what it is you will be learning with that program. Knowing the cost and what is comfortable for you and what is convenient for you. Because when you start a program, you want to be able to commit to it, and you want to know that you will have the support as you go through the program and after. And so how do they cover you? So those are the 5 C's that I would recommend that you go through, you walk through, take your time to go through, and you can easily use those as a guide to very quickly understand and select what is the best training program for you. After you make that selection, if you have any additional questions, certainly reach out to the training program. Ask your questions. Again, it is an investment, not only of funds or time and money, but it is an investment in yourself. So you want to make sure that you are taking the best steps that you can to do your due diligence and make the best informed decision. Now, after you've gone through that training program, you still may say, so I have the knowledge, the book knowledge, but how do I get the experience? Or how do I network with other doulas who may just be starting off, such as myself? And I also have an answer solution for you, a recommendation, if you would. One of the things that I've started is I've started hosting the Doula Community Chat. It is a weekly chat that meets on Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we meet virtually. And it is a webinar, it's a chat where we have hundreds of doulas that meet, and from coast to coast with the United States, as well as internationally. We have some doulas from India, from Australia, we have from Germany and other areas. And it is a wonderful time. It is a wonderful session where we get together, we have various topics that we talk about, and we share information, we share resources, and we network. That is an option for you to join. Also, there is a wonderful community, wonderful platform called the Blooming Birthworker Community. And that, again, is virtual as well. But it is a virtual platform that is a subscription-based platform that is innovative, informative, unique, and inspiring. Within this platform, you have your own login within the community. You sign on, and you're able to access training programs, training courses, master classes. There are monthly events, almost weekly events too, depending on the season and the month, where you can connect with myself, Bianca Marie, as well as other mentors, as well as many, many other doulas across the world. There are articles and blogs and the latest recommendations on many topics within the maternal world, in the birth worker world. There is a product store, so your doula bag will never be empty. You will never not have what you need in your doula bag using this product store, as well as there's a review section for reviews of the latest and greatest, what's the newest baby product that's out there, whether it's the latest crib, the recommendation or reviews on the various strollers that are out there. Because as doulas, it is a constant intentional act to stay abreast of what's going on in our community, what's going on in the birth world, what resources are available, so that way you can pour out and you can share that value with your clients, whether your clients are in the birth or in postpartum or adoption or any other areas. So the Blooming Birthworker Community is a phenomenal platform for you to tap into as well. And these are resources that, regardless of where you reside, regardless of your location, regardless of your time zone, you will always stay connected to the world of doulas that come from many walks of life that are diverse, and you will have the latest information at your fingertips. So again, I do thank you for joining me today, and I hope it was helpful walking through the 5 C's of the charge, the curriculum, the cost, the convenience, and the coverage. The 5 ways that you can easily walk through, to guide you through, to easily select the best doula training program for you. Again, this is Bianca Marie. If you're interested in any of those resources, such as the Doula Community Chat or the Blooming Birthworker Community, or simply having a consultation call with me and talking about potential coaching relationship with me, mentoring coaching relationship with me, feel free to send an email to support@bloomingmamaswellness.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at @the_official Bianca Marie. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful journey along learning how to become a doula.